Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's go to Haiti. Okay, the Haitian Revolution is honestly like one of my favorites. One of my favorite revolutions of all time. And I don't understand why there isn't a big motion picture about the Haitian Revolution, because it is fascinating and it should definitely get more screen time. Okay, so here's how the Haitian Revolution goes down. You have these Enlightenment thinkers coming out of France. You have the French Revolution itself, posing these, Declaration of Rights of Man. You have this movement of like, men have rights. And so in Haiti, as a French colony, there's a massive slave population, right? It's like majority slaves and a minority white, like French colonist population. And the slaves are like, wait a second. Our colonizers are saying that men have rights, right? That like that men should be free, that men should be, and I say men over and over again because women were not included in this conversation, right? So the idea is that there should be this freedom of speech, this freedom of happiness, right? That government should protect you. And so you're kind of like, but what about us, right? Like, how hypocritical could this be? If France can have a whole revolution on this, then why can't Haiti, right? And the social and racial inequality is much more massive in Haiti because you have slavery at a massive scale. And so the divide is insane, right? Between the like upper class white colonists, slave owners, and the slaves themselves. So this whole movement is going to just be totally ignited by that. And so this is why you get a slave revolt. So, in all of history, there have been thousands and thousands of slave revolts. Don't for one second think that at any point slaves didn't revolt in a lot of ways. Sometimes they're violent, sometimes they're physical revolts, but slaves revolt in a lot of ways. Okay. This is the most successful slave revolt that ever happened. And like I said, like why we don't learn more about this, I don't know. So some key events, you've got the Civil War. Now I'm like, why is that listed there? Civil War in Haiti, I guess. Slave revolt, invasion of Napoleon. So what's going on is that the Haitian Revolution is happening towards the end of the French Revolution. And so now that Napoleon is coming to power, Napoleon is like, we got to stop what's going on in Haiti. We can't let them revolt. They're in fear for that, right? They don't want this to happen. So Napoleon is going to invade, but the Haitians run by Toussaint Louverture is able to like hold him off, right? So that obviously is like, let's see, slavery was ended in the colony in 1793. Yes, of course. Yeah, so doesn't he end up killing some of the slaves? Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you've got this like, so Napoleon's trying to like stop this revolution from happening because one, Haiti is profitable for France. He wants to keep Haiti under control. And two, he doesn't want to just lose, it looks bad, right? He's trying to like be this emperor, this strong, military general or, whatever. And he can't just like lose to this, this so-called inferior Black state. Right. So he's got to stop this. And instead he's really not able to. Right. It's kind of like too far gone. And so a couple of like major players, Bookman is the one that starts that like initial slave revolt. Right. So you have these marooners, you have these smaller societies in Haiti of Black slaves who either had been freed or had escaped. And so he is really leading that initial slave revolt, which is then taken over by Toussaint Louverture, who very successful in holding Napoleon off. It's not until like several years and a mostly successful revolution that he's tricked and captured and taken by the French, but not without leaving Haiti independent. And then, of course, Napoleon is part of it. And just 6 months later, after Louverture is captured, 6 months after that, Napoleon just kind of decides, I don't even want Haiti anymore. It's more work than it's worth. So frustrating, right? So after all of that, after trying to stop it, after trying to keep it under control, then you finally have this like, well, whatever. And so that's when, okay, they get their independence, but they're a couple of the impacts, they're independent, of course, right? So like Haiti becomes, really the first, slave revolt, of course, to become an independent state, and potentially even the only. But there's at the cost of a complete destruction of their economy, and not by their fault, right? So because of the way they're sort of left, after that, in the aftermath of it, you don't get any sort of real support for Haiti. And so for decades and for, centuries, really, Haiti really struggles to put everything back together, because there's really just a lot of destruction that comes from it and not a lot of support that they had from others, and also like they weren't like brought into the global economy. It's like they have this independence, but they're not given the same real global rights that the other states are. And the biggest thing is just like anti-slavery movements, right? Moving from a world where slavery was just kind of accepted to people questioning, like, why are we doing this? Right? And I mean, it's all connected to the Enlightenment. It's all part of it. And even just like some of the slave revolts that happen in America, right? Like in like Nat Turner, like some of these things that happen in the US from American slaves happen because they know what happened in Haiti. Like nobody's living in isolation. Like I think that tends to be something that is forgotten. Like slaves in America find out what happened in Haiti. The news travels. And I mean, just imagine, just think about it. Think, if you're being a slave, I mean, there's so much here I can't imagine, but you find out what happened in Haiti. They revolted and they were successful. They did it. Why not do it here? Right? So there's plenty of attempts, and not just in America and other places in the world. Like this all travels. Like we're by period 5, everything is connected. Everything. Because of global economy, because of communication, transportation routes, everything is connected.